Welcome everybody. This is Dr. Eric Woodroof, and I'm very excited to introduce a brand new course from AEE. The course is called Financing and Performance Contracting, and this course was specifically invented to address a major problem in our industry. When I was doing my PhD research on financing energy management projects about a long time ago, let's just say that, we learned that about 35% of projects were not getting implemented due to lack of capital at that time. Now, that was back in 1994, 95-ish. Last year, it's up to 50%. So 50% of good projects are not getting implemented because of lack of capital. This is a major problem in the industry, and it really put a fire under me to try to help solve this problem to a greater extent. And so this course was invented primarily to address that problem and get more projects done. Secondarily, we have three goals here. Second goal is to simplify some very complex concepts around financing and performance contracting that have existed for years, and hopefully enable professionals to get more done. And third goal is mark a professional. If you take this course, this shows that you know something. Hopefully this course will serve as training for ESCOs and users, energy users and energy consumers, so that they can make good decisions for performance contracts. So very, very excited about the course. Let me show you a little bit. This will be about a 5-minute overview of the course and what it's all about. Okay, so day one, the schedule is basically introduction and the need for performance contracting. Some of that stuff will be very useful for you from a sales perspective, but we'll go through the overall process of PC. We'll go through the client as well as ESCO qualification process, making sure you get the right ESCO, making sure the ESCOs are picking the right clients because it is somewhat of a marriage. Then we'll talk about project development strategies. We'll show you actual contracts. We'll show you, step-by-step templates. And then we'll get into the different financial arrangements, everything from loans, leases, bonds, municipal leases, PACE financing, on-bill financing, all of these new programs that are out there, help you put it all in perspective, show you how to get free money for projects as well. Then we'll talk about project and host characteristics that favor certain types of arrangements. Day two, we go into the M&V process. We talk about the different approaches, the options. We'll go through a full sample contract review of a complete performance contract, go through the fine print, not too much on the fine print, but the major concepts there. Then we'll talk about best practices. The whole afternoon is best practices in sales, because that's one of the key failures of people in this industry. It takes a very specific skill set to do this type of work, of combination of technical and sales skills. So we're going to combine all that and show you some of the key points there. Just overall picture here, and I'm going to do this again, 5-minute quick review. This is an overall picture of the performance contracting process. We'll go through all of that in this course, so you get a complete picture of the whole thing, along with how the financing fits into that picture and the different options for financing and how it can favor different types of clients. So that's the big picture there. As I mentioned, I'll go through this step by step. We're going to be talking about different questions you should be asking the client if you're an ESCO, if you're an ESCO salesperson out there in the world trying to find these types of partnerships. What types of questions do you want to ask? This is a lot like dating, as we would say. Similar, from the customer standpoint, you want to pick an ESCO that's got experience in your market and maybe some good references. So these are things we'll go through, in detail. Project development agreement, how to structure that, what a sample one looks like. We go through the details. We'll show you some of the phrases of what to avoid and what to keep in different types of language. All of this has been whitewashed, so it's not incriminating to anyone, especially hopefully me. We'll talk about different financial different financial options you can have, municipal lease for governments. You can talk about capital lease, synthetic lease, true lease. We'll talk about PACE financing as well as on-bill financing, and just a whole host of other types of options you'll have. So really excited to kind of bring some of these decision trees together. Research that I did way back in my PhD, still very valuable, but picking the right option based on different characteristics, I think you'll find that very helpful. Once you've got the program set up, you've got to also think about the measurement and verification piece. And so we go through the IPMPP standards, and really where this plays is making sure you're doing the right things and incorporating the right measures so that it's valid as a project and it's credible, and you have also exit strategies or ways to deal with variance, because variance will happen in different projects. But all of this is important for you to understand, because it helps you price the project right and help everyone understand what's included and what's not. So we go through these different things just to make sure you understand how to set up the project, because the M&V is just so important. There's decision trees, and we go through all of this material for you. even things like probability, because we have to understand a little bit of statistical probability here. It's important when you do guarantee projects, as well as the measurement verification. So we don't go too much into the math. I don't want to kill you on math here, but you know, that is there for you. As I mentioned, on day 2 of this course, we go through a complete project. We show you the project as it was presented, and then we go into the contract language to show you all the fine print, all the detail, what to look for, you know, what things you might want to be aware of that are in that fine print, the M&V strategies. All of it is there, and we go through it, and we even give it to you as an appendix, as a template you can use. We talk about some tools in sales process, and we have much more advanced tools than I'm showing you here in the course, but there are some good Energy Star tools, and there are other things that we've used to try to help you up your game and have a more high-level conversation, because your financial solution will be a higher value sale, basically, than just an energy solution. Ultimately, I'm going to pull some information from courses that I've taken personally that are cost me multiple thousands of dollars for like boot camps over weekends, and we're going to bring all that marketing material into the ESCO market and show you how to, well, basically we've customized it just for this market. It's never really been done before in this type of course. Very, very excited to help you develop these master marketing templates and ways to basically become better salespeople and, you know, more successful on every level, not just from being a salesperson, but customer satisfaction and all of these other things, so the industry does better as a whole. In conclusion, this course is, you know, the whole picture of performance contracting, also the financing piece, all the different options you have there, the M&V, the key pieces of the contract, all woven into a nice little 2-day package. Very, very excited about it. I really think it's going to help the industry. If you want to learn more, you can go to aeecenter.org. That's aeecenter.org. You'll find a page. Again, this is the new finance performance contract. It's the first time offered in 2013. It's a live course. Check it out. We look forward to seeing you, and I hope this helps the industry, and thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.